Hey guys, it is Monday here in West Virginia, so it's time to do our Mopar Monday like we do every week. And this week we do have a feud unbox for you from Greenlight, a couple of old releases and a couple of newer releases. So, two of them are actually drop tops and two are hard tops. All of them are B bodies. We're going to start with one of the old drop tops, and that is this guy here, the 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner in Plum Crazy. Good looking car, kind of like an off-white color interior. It may even have like a yellow hue to it because of the age or the way it was stored. But the plastic in the clamshell did not start to yellow, so I don't know if that's the case or that's the way the interior came. But anyways, you don't see this casting come up often at all anymore. Like during their first couple of years, you've seen it maybe two or three times. Same thing with the 66 Coronet. These have kind of faded. You'll still see the hardtop 70 Plymouth, but not the convertible that often. So I've already accidentally broke the back of the package, so to get it out. This is Series 1 of the County Roads, and I think they changed it to Country Roads later on. And as you can see, it's 2008, so this would have been released probably in 09 or maybe late 2008. I think Greenlight first made their appearance in 06 or 07, I think. But anyways, this was a very popular series. As you could see in the first release, they had the 65 custom Chevy Chevelle. I think that was the one that had the primered black fender on it. 65 Dodge D100. I'm not sure if that was the red one or the orange one. 65 Ford Galaxy 500. I think it was white, but that may be a different year or a different series. It was County Roads, but it may have been a different release, I should say. 67 Dodge D100 Swept Line, and the 70 Plymouth Roadrunner, and the 2008 Custom Dodge Charger. Oh, almost knocked the camera over. All right, so as I said, there's not even a little back door to open here today. That package is old, so it got a little brittle, I guess, and cracked. And usually when they do that, they're yellowed. But as I said, it seems clear as anything. So anyways, here's the car. And get it to focus in on the seats. And I don't know, maybe it is a little yellowed from age, because you can see the visors are a little bit lighter than the seats and such. And it's a big shifter in the car. It doesn't really look proper scale, but who cares? The shifter knob's the size of like a baseball or a softball for if you're scaling it up. But the car itself is very nice, and the color I love. I'm still trying to find the Graveyard Cars 70 Plymouth Roadrunner again. They have the hardtop that's identical to this, except it's a hardtop and it has Magnum 500 wheels on it. Beautiful car. But when I find it, people want crazy money for it. I know it was, I don't know, it wasn't that hard of a release to find, and I was in the Philippines when it was released. There was a bunch of them floating around over there, but I come back here, and after I got rid of mine, it seems like it's hard to find for a decent price. So as you can see, it looks like it's got a 440, maybe 6-pack. Doesn't say the engine size on the hood and or on the package. It's got a bulge hood. Doesn't have the air grabber door, but I don't think this casting ever had like the cutout for the air grabber. So a little paint flaw there, nothing bad. That's why I love my multicolored Sharpies. I can touch it up and you won't even be able to tell. And this has Kragers on it, and it looks pretty good. I'm not going to change them. It's 594 is a production number. This is when they were down to only making like 3,000 to 5,000 of each vehicle. So, really cool car. Happy to have it. And such, just hope I can find a hardtop one day that matches it from the Graveyard Cars from the Greenlight Hollywood series. So let's take a look at a modern release from the Greenlight Hollywood series. This is from the famous Pawn Stars show on the History Channel, and this is when Rick, or I don't know, Corey or somebody, Chumley, bought a 69 Plymouth Roadrunner. I've never seen that episode, but I do like the car. Not a big fan of this yellow color, but it's still not too bad. I like the more vibrant, bright stuff. This is kind of more like a, I don't know, a taxi cab color almost. So flipping it around, all it does is tell you a little bit about Pawn Stars. Pawn Stars takes you inside the colorful world of the pawn business. On the outskirts of Las Vegas, 3 generations run the family business, and there's clashing and camaraderies every step of the way. So, and you can see the Eiffel Tower thing in the background at one of the Las Vegas hotels. And such. So anyways, let's get this guy out and take a look at him. And as I said, I like the car and such. The overall appearance of it is fantastic with the color match steel rims, dog dish caps with red line tires, little bird Roadrunner emblem, and it is a Hemi. There you go. So I can't complain too much about the color. It doesn't say nothing about the car on the package, and I didn't see the episode, so I'm not sure if it's like a numbers matching Hemi car or it's a clone or whatever. But even a clone done right is worth some big money nowadays. If it's got like the Dana 60 rear end and the Hemi, if it's a 4-speed too, that would make a big difference. And so you could still get big money out of a clone if it's done properly. That's a pretty cool car. Yeah, Greenlight done a fantastic job with their 69 Plymouth. M2 did too, but the only problem is M2 only offers the post. But then again, Greenlight only offers the hardtop when it comes to like a coupe, but they do offer convertible Plymouth of this year, of every year of the first gen Roadrunner. Well, the first gen Roadrunner, second gen GTX. But anyways, yeah, they had the convertible. I don't think in 68 or 9 there was a convertible Roadrunner. I know 69 there was a convertible GTX, but I don't know about the Roadrunner. I don't think so. So going over convertibles again, let's go to another convertible. And this is another rare one you don't see too much anymore. This is a 66 Dodge Hemi Coronet. And it does not come up at all anymore. Yeah, this car is very cool. They made a lot more variations of it in convertible than hardtop. And then this is their Muscle Car Garage Series 4. This is not the stock and custom. This is just regular Muscle Car Series, Muscle Car Garage Series. So in the series, you had a 63 Chrysler. Oh, yeah, it is custom. They do say it right there. Usually I thought it said stock and custom, but maybe I'm wrong. So a Chrysler 300J, a 64 Plymouth Fury Max Wedge, a 66 Dodge Hemi Coronet, and a 71 Dodge Charger Super Bee, a 2006 Dodge Charger SRT 8, and an 06 Dodge Challenger Concept. And this was released in 07. So yeah, the County Roads was released after Greenlight was out for a year or two. Remember, the copyright was 08 on it. So this is a really nice casting. I like their 67 also, but the 67, I don't know why they lacked on the grill details on it. It just looks weird. It looks very plain on the 67. It just looks like they have a piece of flat aluminum across the front of it with the headlights. Now their 66, however, has a very nicely done grill area, and tail light area. On their 67, they did a fabulous job with the tail lights, but they didn't do anything with the grill. But anyways, you can see vanity plate says MCG4, which is cool. And you can see how much more vibrant this interior is compared to the 70 Plymouth. It's like Snow White compared to this. But I've seen other ones of this car and seen the interior being a little bit yellowed like that. So, yeah, I don't know what the deal is with the 70. But the 66 here is beautiful. As I've mentioned in other videos, I'm not really a convertible guy that much, but if the price is right on the car and such, and it's a car that's rare, yeah, I will go ahead and pick them up. It looks like this has a 383 in it. Did it say on the package? Let's check. Yeah, it is a Hemi. So that's not a Hemi inside of it, but it's supposed to be a Hemi, and I think it's got the Hemi badge on the fender. Yeah, 426 Hemi. But yeah, on the in the engine compartment, that's definitely not a Hemi. So anyways, that's a mistake there. This is their first release of the Magnum 500 wheels too. You can see that they're still big and wide like a lot of their wheels, but in later years, I think it was sometime past, say, 2012, they has started making actual scaled properly Magnum 500s, and they look really good. But still, yeah, you'll see these big fat ones pop up on a new release every now and then, like the new release of the hobby exclusive Black 68 Charger has these really wide Magnums on it. So, very cool car, even though they put the incorrect engine in it, but that's okay. And all of mine are displayed with their hoods closed anyways. So last but not least is another Plymouth. It was all Plymouth except for one Dodge Coronet. So here is a 69 Plymouth Hemi GTX. And this is from one of the later releases of the Barrett-Jackson series. It's amazing how many series they've cranked out, because I was looking at some of the other cars I had when I was unboxing them, and I had Auction Block Series 15. Well, Auction Block was before Barrett-Jackson and Mecum got their own series. So imagine it, they're already on Series 14 here, but I do have some releases with the new package where it's cut at a curve at the top and a little bit shorter. And it was released, I think, 18, something like that. So kind of crazy. They've been really cranking out these Barrett-Jackson series. Not a bad looking car with the green. More of a conservative, like all business look. It doesn't have that high impact colors, but in 69 there weren't a lot of high impact colors like there were in 70 and 71. So anyways, let's get this guy out and let's read this thing on the back. This award-winning 69 Plymouth Hemi GTX retains its matching numbers, engine, and transmission. So it's a real Hemi car, and it only sold for $165,000. I know that's a lot of money, but it sounds cheap for a numbers matching Hemi car. So it is one of just 99 cars produced for 69 powered by the 426 Hemi engine, made it to a 4-speed, and it's a 4-speed. This vehicle has received a professional restoration that included NOS parts. It is finished in code F8 Ivy metallic green paint and code TX9 black bucket seat interior. Highlights include the SuperTrack pack option, an AM radio, 8-track combo, tinted glass, and light package. So pretty sweet looking car. Let's get him out and take a look at him. Yeah, this color really looks nice up close and in person. And yeah, it even looks better off camera in your hands. I mean, the camera's actually doing it justice, though. It looks good in the camera. The light metallic look. And the color coated stillies with dog dish caps. Looks really cool. Detailed lights. And as you can see, like comparing, there's a 69 Hemi Roadrunner and a 69 Hemi GTX. They're both based on the satellite, and they're both pretty much the exact same car. The only thing is the GTX, you could get more options on it, and it was more of like, I don't know, the luxury performance, whereas the Roadrunner was more straightforward performance, but the GTX was like a combination of performance and luxury. So it was like getting the satellite Sebring with performance parts on it, something like that, I guess you could say. But yeah, this is a nice little duo here, both with the color coded Stillies, dog dish caps, red line tires. Pretty cool. So that's it. Oh yeah, let's look under the hood. Yes, it does have the Hemi. So that's cool. Although these Hemis too, they do have narrow valve covers, but they blacked them out and they're tucked underneath this big air cleaner partially. So it's hard to say that all those valve covers are too small like you can on this Coronet, which definitely does not have the Hemi. So anyways, guys, that's it for our unboxing Mopar Monday. We'll be back again, if not sooner, but count on us being back on Friday for our Free Friday. Unless we find something cool during the week or something comes in that I can't wait to show you, then we'll be back before Friday. Be sure to turn on the notification bell so you know when we do drop new videos. It will alert you. And enjoy your week, guys, and thank you for watching.